The sequence of events was, in 70 AD, we were destroyed by the Romans, and we fled into the continent of Africa to hide among other black nations. We dwelt in the continent of Africa among the indigenous people of Africa for about approximately 1,500 years. And beginning about the mid 1400s to 1500s, the so-called Africans, or blacks, the inhabitants of the continent of Africa, and the Arabs began to sell us to the Europeans. And we were brought to the Americas, we were taken up into Europe. As a matter of fact, like I said, I'm going to read this excerpt on page 84 by this scholar whose name is Rudolph R. Winter. It says, in the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the people, were committed against the residue of the people. It says during the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. Then he finishes it up. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves. Once again, from Babylon to Timbuktu, page 84. And this is a scholar that's traveled the world, and his specific field of studies were black cultures. So he's letting you know that the people that were sold in the slave trade were not Africans. They were Jews. As a matter of fact, there are white scholars that know the same. As a matter of fact, I want you to read the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. I want you to get this also. This is another Bible dictionary. I'm going to check if she can home in on this. This is the Zondervan Pictorial Bible Dictionary. Okay, now what it is, scholars have come together because we've been taught, this is what I was taught by a few preachers when I was going to the so-called churches, that black people were cursed to be black because of something that Ham did. And that's all, that's a whole nother story. But what I am going to do is I'm going to get the son of Noah, Ham, and we're going to read what this scholar, this biblical, archaeological, and anthropological researcher has to say about the son of Noah, Ham. It says, Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor, which is the father, of the dark races. Now watch what he says. Not the Negroes. I'm going to reiterate that. He, Ham, became the progenitor of the dark races. Not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, and the Canaanites. Because those are the 4 groups of so-called African families before the Europeans began to colonize and balkanize and divide all the lands among themselves. So when it says not the Negroes, why would he say not the Negroes? It said that Ham was the progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negroes. Who are the Negroes? If you could go back to the sign again, the Negroes are the